Wolverine versus Homelander. Wolverine is the best there is at what he does. In a day, well, what he's doing is taking on one of the most vile and twisted versions of Superman out there. So in a fight like this, with both going for the kill, well, who's ultimately coming out on top? Let's get into it. So if we're talking about Homelander, well, for starters, he's a psychopath, a truly unhinged lunatic. I mean, he's beefed with a baby before. He's got no problem killing anybody. He's got a weird thing for milk, which is just weird. But the real question is just exactly how strong is this guy? Well, he's quite literally the strongest man in the world and has never met anyone who's been his physical equal. And I guess you could argue that Soldier Boy exists now, but I don't even know if Soldier Boy is his true equal. Sure, Soldier Boy can give Homelander a good fight, but Homelander said it himself.
Oh, no. I'm the upgrade.
Soldier Boy can injure him, can blow him up with those explosions that would also theoretically depower him, but in a straight up fight, Homelander is still winning that one. He was still winning that one. He's easily crushed skulls, punched into a man's stomach, and casually tossed a man hundreds of feet into the air. And since he is the strongest hero in the world, it logically makes sense that he's stronger than all the other members of the Seven. He's stronger than Stormfront, who easily destroyed a building. He's stronger than Queen Maeve, clearly, who easily stopped a speeding armored truck, just brought it to a dead stop. And he is like way stronger than them. Stronger than Starlight and Deep and all the rest of them too. Homelander was able to casually knock off the door of a pressurized plane. But here's the thing. He did say he was actually not able to carry the hijacked plane to safety. So he kinda killed a whole lot of people there with that. But it does suggest that he's actually unable to use his full strength when he's up in the air. Instead, it's going to require him to be on the ground, have a solid surface under his legs, plant those feet, or take full advantage of his power. We also saw the same thing when he wasn't able to stop a falling bus in some concrete when that was brought down on top of him. He should be way stronger than that, easily catch it, but he was hovering up in the air when it happened. Bottom line though, Homelander's pretty strong. But while Homelander is crazy strong, well, durability is definitely Homelander's weakest asset. Not really because he's not durable, but just because he's never really had anything truly test his durability. He's bulletproof and was unscathed by a bus and rubble crashing down on top of him, but the guy is obviously intended to be invincible. It was said that if Homelander had ever turned against America or turned against Vought, they'd have no way to take him down. It's also said that there isn't a weapon on Earth they haven't thrown at him. They all failed. Obviously, this is including nukes. So, just from those statements, Homelander is incredible. But here's the thing, it's totally possible that Homelander actually isn't as durable as he makes himself out to be, or as everyone else makes him out to be. I mean, Soldier Boy was getting his hits in, and getting in some dang good hits while he was at it. He even gave Homelander some bruises, forced him to apply a little foundation to cover it up. Queen Maeve went against him, stabbed him straight in the ear hole. You got a little deeper there, and Homelander is done for. Even Stormfront was able to throw him around, but that was definitely more the kinky type of roughhousing, rather than the I'm gonna beat your face in now the other two were doing. And another thing is, just like Homelander doesn't have a ton of durability feats, doesn't really have a ton of speed feats either. I mean, in fact, I don't think we've really ever even seen Homelander's speed in a fight. except maybe like once or twice. That being said, though, he is really pretty fast when he's just flying around. He's regularly flown at Mach speed, even reach up to Mach 5 while saving Butcher from that C4 explosion, which is looking like his top speed. Instead, while Homelander does have all these incredible powers, and sometimes he'll have to use them in a fight, more often than not, Homelander is just completely spamming his heat vision all over the place. For the most part, well, it's really effective. He can easily slice through flesh and bone, just kill people with one glance. He can also use it against other supers and send them flying backwards. All in all, while Homelander is pretty powerful, easily the most powerful supe we've seen with the boys so far. James Logan Howlett is Wolverine, a mutant and one of the most important members of the X-Men. Born in the 1800s with a remarkable healing factor, Logan has lived a lot of life, being a soldier, a samurai, an outlaw, and a living weapon formed by Task Force X. But now, Wolverine is at his best as a hero, working with both the X-Men and the Avengers to protect humanity and mutant kind from all sorts of threats. Being a mutant, well, one of Wolverine's mutant powers is superhuman abilities like super strength and speed. He's comparable in a lot of ways to Captain America himself, the original super soldier. And Logan's been able to actually overpower and throw around Spider-Man, Sabretooth. He's even literally thrown around Colossus before. He's able to easily tear through metal, snap steel chains. He's routinely able to pick up hundreds of pounds or even a few tons with relative ease, and has absolutely no problem with throwing around superhumans with his punches, even up to and including the likes of Vision and Namor. Yeah, Wolverine is surprisingly strong. He's also surprisingly fast. Like, Wolverine's got no problem with moving way faster than his opponents can even keep up with. And that even includes other superhumans, like Spider-Man, who's maybe the fastest and most agile street-level character in Marvel, while he's routinely surprised and caught off guard by Wolverine's speed and reflexes. He's able to routinely dodge or block bullets or laser blasts headed his way, even after the bullet's been fired or at point-blank range. But of course, to be fair, Wolverine doesn't always use this type of speed in fights. He can when he needs to, but he very rarely needs to dodge attacks because he knows he can always just simply take the attack and heal from it. In fact, sometimes he likes to take a few attacks at the start of a fight to get the blood flowing and get amped up, or he'll sometimes simply press the attack and go all offense and not have to worry about defense at all. And that leads into Wolverine's greatest power, his healing factor and durability. His skeleton is covered entirely in adamantium, which means that he literally cannot be cut or torn apart. And trust me, plenty of people have tried. It also greatly increases his durability too. Like, Wolverine's been kicked clean around the world, been just fine. He's taken all sorts of punches and attacks from some of the strongest beings on Earth, ranging from Hulk to Thor to plenty more, and he's been just fine. He can take bullets absolutely no problem. It really doesn't even faze him. He's able to keep on fighting while being all stabbed up or turned into a pincushion. Doesn't really do much. He's kept on fighting after having his heart destroyed on multiple occasions. He can heal and come back from literal disintegration. The guy's even survived nuclear bombs several times over. Wolverine is dang near impossible to put down. He might be injured, but Logan is always going to heal from it, and he's always going to come back, no matter what. And it's not just that Wolverine is this raging brute who solely relies on his healing factor, although he definitely does act like this from time to time. But he's actually one of the most skilled fighters and best warriors in the whole Marvel universe. His adamantium claws are able to shred through anything in their path. They can pierce through Hulk, Thor, Thanos, Gladiator, and as for less durable opponents, well, Wolverine can slice and dice them into little pieces in an instant. No problem. He's said to be an extremely deadly fighter, renowned across the universe for his skill, and he's skilled enough to casually defeat master martial artists and hold his own or even beat the likes of Captain America, Black Panther, Iron Fist, and Shang-Chi. So literally some of the best fighters in Marvel. And he only gets more dangerous and more deadly in his Berserker Rage, where he goes hyper-violent and becomes even more powerful and even more deadly, instantly overwhelming most any opponent in his path, and it's like compressing days of non-stop fighting into just a few minutes or seconds. In short, Wolverine is the best at what he does, and what he does isn't pretty. So who wins here? Well, let's break it down. Now, Wolverine is regularly able to take on some of the toughest and strongest characters in Marvel, fighting against the likes of Hulk, Red Hulk, The Thing, Wendigo, Juggernaut, all of them, taking their punches, feeling their attacks, and keeping on fighting, even putting them down. So yeah, Homelander is nothing new to him here. He's been there, done that, lived to tell the tale. And not only is Wolverine's healing factor good enough to allow him to take attacks from Homelander, but Logan is also definitely going to make sure that he feels his attacks too with his adamantium claws, especially considering that Wolverine's been able to carve up the likes of Thor, Hulk, Gladiator, even Thanos, basically some of the toughest guys in Marvel. It'll be no problem for him to do the same thing here with Homelander. But on the other hand, well, Homelander is packing quite a bit of force and power behind all of his attacks. I mean, he is seriously strong. Strong enough to definitely knock Wolverine out of the fight. I mean, this is kind of what happens when Wolverine fights these guys. If he's not able to put them down with his claws fast enough, well, then they get their hands on him and knock him out with their punches. And if Spider-Man is strong enough to knock out Wolverine, then you can bet that Homelander can too. Of course, you can also argue that Wolverine can take punches from the likes of Hulk, Namor, Thing, who are all definitely stronger than Homelander. So even if Homelander is stronger than Wolverine, that's not just an instant win for Homelander. It's also likely that Homelander doesn't fight that way. How this is gonna go is Homelander is gonna laser vision the crap out of Wolverine, and Homelander is gonna think he's won. Of course, that's not gonna be the case, and Wolverine is gonna stand right back up and heal from it pretty much instantly, because Wolverine has easily healed from a lot worse stuff than Homelander's heat vision. And then what happens from there is that Homelander will then try and take the fight up close and fight Wolverine that way. And because he's gonna 1000% underestimate a guy with claws for hands, Homelander is gonna get in close, then instantly get diced to pieces. There's no doubt that Wolverine's claws can pierce right through Homelander. There's also equally no doubt that Homelander is stupid enough to underestimate him and try and fight Wolverine up close. Wolverine is going to pierce Homelander all up and down. There's nothing Homelander can do about it. Wolverine has fought against people before who could solo the whole boys universe. He's built for stuff like this. His claws are a lethal attack to Homelander. There's genuinely nothing that Homelander can do to put Logan down for good. You might think Homelander can win this fight, but there really is no shot here. Wolverine wins, and it's not even close. But what do y'all think? Sound off in the comments down below. I know you're gonna have thoughts and feelings on this one for sure. If you stuck around this long and made it to the end of the video, that's amazing. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting us. And if you want to go subscribe, well, go subscribe. You're going to see more videos like this one every single week. I'll see y'all then. I'll see y'all next time.